Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here and I am back with my first video since I left my house in Hawaii. I know you guys have been seeing videos go up on my channel. Those have all been pre-filmed and I've really missed making videos. I've really missed talking to you guys. So I'm so excited to be back and I have a lot of fun stuff coming up. Today I'm talking about something that I am really excited about, and that is this palette. It's the Lorac Mega Pro 3. I have been excited about this since they started showing sneak peeks, and it is, as all the Mega Pro palettes are, just gigantic and filled with awesome shades. This year it's very neutral compared to the last 2 years. I'm going to do swatches of all the shades. I'm going to do a finger swatch and a brush swatch so that you can see how these different shades perform. And I'm going to give you a little info about this palette too. So I just looked on Ulta's website. This is still available. It's an Ulta exclusive and it is $59 for the palette. Just look at this packaging. Like, look how pretty that is. It's all white and rose gold. So it's gorgeous. It's going to get so dirty, but what can you do? So here's what the palette looks like. Look at that. So pretty. The inside has a nice huge mirror. It's still slim. It has that kind of matte feeling like all the Lorac Pro palettes do. And this is what we're working with. Here's the inside of the palette. There are 16 matte shades on top and then 16 shimmers on the bottom. So let's get to swatching. For all my swatches, I'm just dipping my finger in once and then swiping across clean skin, no primer, no foundation or anything like that. And for the brush, I'm just dipping the brush in once and then going back and forth a couple times just to blend out, to show you what it looks like blended out on the skin. I'm gonna start at the top and I'm gonna go 4 shades at a time. Sometimes I get overwhelmed when it's too many swatches at once. I'm gonna do a finger swatch and then a brush swatch. I'm using this little flat packing brush from Eco Tools, and I will clean it off with my color switch in between each shade. Alright, we're starting off with the first 4 shades in the palette. This is Pink Cream, Tan, Pecan, and Walnut. And here are the shades swatched. This is Pink Cream with a finger and with a brush. Tan, finger swatched and brush. Pecan and the brush swatch. And then this is Walnut and the brush swatch for Walnut. So as you can see, these shades, of course, they're really light, they're mattes. But the brush swatches are pretty darn good. Moving on to the last 4 shades in the top row, we have Dusty Mauve, Violet Gray, Eggplant, and Dark Navy. So here are the swatches. This is Dusty Mauve, that's with the brush, Violet Gray, Eggplant, and Dark Navy. Dark Navy's not quite as pigmented as I expected, but I'm actually not mad at that because this shade would scare me if it was super dark. But as you can see, it blends out nicely and it's actually a really wearable shade as far as dark navies go. We're starting in on the second row now. Again, these are all mattes. This is Crepe, Toffee, Mist, and Vintage. These 2 shades are so unique. You'll see when they're swatched, they're just incredibly different from anything I have. So here are the swatches. As you can see, Crepe and Toffee are very close to my skin tone, so it's kind of hard to tell, but this is the finger swatch and brush swatch for Crepe. This is Toffee, and this is the brush swatch. I know, it's just really close to my skin tone. I'm sorry about that. This is Mist. Look at that color. It's like a seafoam grayish light blue. I don't even know how to describe it, but the pigmentation is incredible. And here we have Vintage. It's like a grayish brown. And look how close the brush swatch looks to the finger swatch. This shade is just packed with pigment. So lovely. Okay, we're on to the last 4 mattes in the palette. We have Hickory, Maple, Bark, and Jet Black. And here are the swatches. This is Hickory, and of course with the brush next. Maple, a nice warm kind of medium brown, Bark, and Jet Black. We're moving on to the shimmers in the palette. Snow, Kava, Cider, and Bellini. Here we have Snow, Kava, which reminds me a lot of Champagne Pop. I'll have to do a side-by-side of those, but what a beautiful champagne gold color. Oh, I love it. This is Cider. Not quite as intense with the brush, but you could definitely use your finger to pack this shade on to the lid to make it a little bit more metallic. And this is Bellini. Nice pale pink shimmer. Now for the last 4 shades in the third row, we have Brown Sugar, Sequoia, Glacier, and Deep Fog. Look at these swatches, guys. Seriously. Brown Sugar, Sequoia, Glacier, perfect name for that shade, and Deep Fog. In the last row, we have Tulle, Pink Bronze, Rust, and Rose Quartz. This is Tulle with the brush. This one's very light. Pink Bronze, Rust, and Rose Quartz. Look at that shade. I mean, these two are just taking my breath away. Look how pretty they are. Okay, last 4 shades. We have Olive, Dark Roast, Pomegranate, and Licorice. Here's Olive. It's a nice khaki greenish brown. Dark Roast, Pomegranate, and Licorice. So that's all 32 shades in the palette. I think this palette is incredible. It's the normal Lorac Pro standard. The shadows are so buttery, easy to blend, incredibly pigmented. I am so happy I picked this one up. I would definitely recommend this palette. I think it has millions of great everyday shades and just the right amount of pops of color. Some really fun colors thrown in there like Mist and Pomegranate, and even some of the darker shades. They're not so overwhelming that they're intimidating. I just think that there's a great balance in this palette, and overall I definitely recommend it, especially for the price. I just can't say enough good things about the Lorac Pro eyeshadow formula, and these colors are they're just incredible. I think everybody will find something that they love in this palette. So I've had a few people ask, is this too similar to the new Pro 3 palette that just came out? This one right here. And of course you're getting more shades in the Mega Pro. There are some similarities. This is a nice neutral palette with a couple of those purpley tones thrown in. So you can see there are some really similar shades. If you're interested in any sort of swatch comparison video between those two palettes, let me know. That's definitely something I can make happen, and if it will help you guys decide what to purchase, I'm more than happy to do it for you. I'm just blown away by some of the shades in here. There's definitely something really different about this palette, and at the same time it's very approachable because of all the nudes and neutrals. I think this is going to work for a wide range of skin tones because they've done a good job of light, medium, and deep shades. I'm really excited about this palette. I'm sure you can tell I love it. It is still available at Ulta at the time I'm filming this. I'm going to try to get this video up really quickly for you so it can help you decide if this palette's right for you. Happy holiday shopping, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Let's get situated. How's that light? Is that okay? I look so pale. I am filming in a huge picture window in the front of my mom's house right now, so all the neighbors probably think I'm crazy, but they probably thought that before, so it's okay. Why do I always say that? I'm gonna do a finger swatch and a brush swatch. God, it's so pretty. So pretty. I'm just using this little fat. Ooh, that hair though. There's no controlling it. Kava something. And Mama's got a lot of eyeshadow. Wow. It's all 32, but 16 Pro. So many distractions.